Welcome, everybody, to the 5th episode of Dungeon Banter, where a bunch of geeks sit around talking about some of our favorite geeky topics. I'm Jay Hova, and joining me tonight are not only Drasten and Fanboytone, but we got our own Pork Chop Express, Mike from 7D, here with us tonight, too. How's it going, guys?
What up? What up? Going well.
It's
going
going.
well.
Hi, Mom.
Is Christmas done yet?
Yeah,
Right?
right. Is it New Year
Right?
yet?
I just I want to put it out. Halloween is my peak end of the year, right? Like everything. I like Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is I actually like cooking the food and everything. Christmas is such a drag for me. I am not a Christmas person.
Same stuff.
Really? You are too? Okay.
Now, I mean, 14 years in retail, dude. I hate it. I can't even get in like any form of like excitement about it. I will next week, as we get closer. Sometimes I creep into the excitement around Christmas Eve, but that's about it. I just don't.
Lathis made a very astute point, which is I'm seeing a distinct lack of hair.
It's because he's looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's because my headset covers my spot. So
yeah, I have started a Christmas tradition, which helps me stay in the Christmas spirit.
Okay.
I started watching David Harbour's like Silent Night movie or
Violent Night.
Violent Night. I watch Violent Night every Christmas Eve now. Like as soon as we're done and we get home from the family stuff, pop that on before I go to bed, and I'm in the Christmas spirit.
I want to talk about that because I was so excited about that this year. I told Tone about this. We allow Christmas movies in December, and like I told my wife, I said, all right, it's time for the first Christmas movie. Which one do you want to watch? And she chose Violent Night as our first Christmas season to start. And I was so proud and happy for that because I was like, oh my God, because I wasn't sure if she really liked the movie. Cause like, I like it cause it's such a twisted thing on it. It's just a fun freaking movie. And I actually really, really like the lore they do for Santa Claus in there. But like I was so happy to try it. So we've made it through most of our Christmas movies. I think we have the Santa Claus movies left. And I always do when the kids do their gingerbread houses, I watch White Christmas. I'm a big White Christmas fan.
Okay.
I love those classic 1930, 40 Bing Crosby. That one. Don't get me started on It's a Wonderful Life. That's not a Christmas movie. But that's a whole nother topic.
Jesus, that's a lot to unload. We do Gremlins on Christmas Eve. That's been a tradition for me for a few years now. I've got 5 or 6 Christmas movies, and I think we're going to start working on them tomorrow night for sure. But it's like Elf, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Fat Man, Gremlins, of course, and my personal favorite is A Christmas Story. I love that goddamn movie, and I will till the day I die. Now, I, of course, have added Terrifier 3 onto that too. So
Good call. Terrifier 3. That's a
Christmas movie. Yeah.
How about you, Mike? Any non-traditional Christmas movies that you get into?
I have to add to Tone real quick. We just watched Fat Man last night, and I can go without ever watching that one again.
Shut the fuck up.
We both were like,
no, it's way better than Violent Night. Fat Man's great.
I don't know. 4.5-year-old. I've watched all 3 versions of The Grinch over and over and over.
Oh boy.
When my daughter was younger, Mike, it was Nightmare Before Christmas. She is an October baby, and so like for 6 years straight from her birthday on till the weekend of Christmas, it was every weekend, like 2 or 3 washers every weekend.
So I just tried to like anything new, right? Anything new. So I just tried to put Guardians on. And she was like, who is this? I'm like, it's Jack Frost. I don't want to see this. Turn it off. So, yeah, there's that. No, I try to National Lampoons every year.
Oh, that's
Every year.
Too.
Yep.
I'm a big Gremlins fan, too. I love Gremlins. I haven't had a lot of time to watch Christmas movies because of all the other stuff that's been on TV. Like I just, Dairy and Walmart just released the new Dogma, so I picked that up.
Oh, nice.
So-
Yeah, I've been looking to do that too.
I'm just like, I'm trying to play catch up with every other movie that I haven't seen. So, yeah,
So where do you guys land on Jingle All the Way?
I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
But as a collector, I can get behind that movie.
I love it. I just haven't seen it in a long time. I don't keep it in the like Christmas rotation, but
yeah, the wife hates it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
I've also watched Love Actually like every year. I'm just a fan of all.
Is that a Christmas movie?
It is.
It is.
I've never seen it. But I see it shows up in the holiday list, and like I was like, "Is this Christmas?"
And again,
movie?
the wife's like, "Why are we watching this?"
Netflix has this one out called Love Hard that is the girl's favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. The guy's favorite movie is Love Actually for Christmas. It's so funny. It's such a good movie. I was laughing my ass off to it.
Our two go-to that probably my favorite two for the season, beside the pure classics, is probably Four Christmases and Christmas with the Cranks. I love both of those movies. Four Christmases is it still cracks me up. It's rare that I still watch a comedy movie and I still laugh, even though I know the jokes. But like we say some of the one-liners from that movie all year long. Like we really
watch Elf. What about Elf?
We watch that would be one that's like in the like the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. Those are in the rotation. We're going to watch those every year. White Christmas is in the rotation. Elf, Grinch, the live action Grinch. Those are all in the rotation. But the two I actually enjoy that I don't like hold my phone up during the movie is Four Christmases and Christmas with the Cranks.
Does anybody still watch the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer like I do?
No.
Yeah,
No.
Yes.
Oh man.
My mom still gives me crap because she's like, "Do you remember when you watched Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey?"
Oh my God, you said the words.
I'm
Holy
like, "Yes,"
crap,
and she's like, "You cry every time the mom dies." I'm like, "It's because it's fucking sad."
my mom, and if she's here, you can talk in the chat, Mom. Just type in there, we'll see it. But like, she's like, "You love that movie." I'm like, "I hate that movie."
I don't even know what that is.
I know, because I don't know why certain people watched
donkey.
it. Yeah, it's about
It
a
just
donkey
happened
that was
to be in that rotation of like the year without a Santa Claus. Frosty
Yeah.
the Snowman.
There was that one. There was Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. There was. Do you remember the claymation one that was like it had like the dinosaurs in it, and it was a whole Christmas thing, and it had these little bells, Carol of the Bells. Me and my sister still crack up at that one, and I don't even know what it's called.
I know what you're talking about, because it's like it was every year. They did one every year, and it was like they did like the California Raisins. They did.
Yes, it was in there. Yeah,
it was like PBS programming every year. They did a claymation.
Damn. Okay. That's I mean I know that the California Raisins did Christmas specials too, but damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
what about Emmett Otter?
What about Ernest Saves Christmas? That's one that probably should be in
he has fallen
in
off. I do like I love Ernest movies, but it's just they don't ever push them. So it's one of those things like
True.
I may be scrolling and I'll be like, "Oh, Ernest on Halloween." Shit, I haven't watched that in forever.
So let's put this out in the universe, because there's a streaming service that does the Lord's work every day. Tubi, give us Ernest Saves Christmas, because you always find these obscure movies that we've forgotten about and give us a way to watch them. So
yeah,
I think it was just called Claymation Christmas, Julia. I think that's exactly what it is. And like I said, all I remember is the bell portion, because the one bell like loses his bell to shake, and
he's trying to steal everybody else's.
20 to 30 years later, me and my sister will walk up to each other randomly and just be like, "I lost mine. I don't know where it is." She immediately knows what that is.
Oh my God. It's so funny, because this whole episode could have just been us talking shit on Christmas movies and Christmas TV shows. We might have to mark this to come back to next year on the calendar. This is
I'm sorry for getting so loud. I'm sorry for getting so loud, but I didn't think anyone else in the world had seen Nestor, because my mom is such a super fan of Nestor and thinks that we all liked it. And I thought the movie was awful. Like, I am just
horrible.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Well, now we're going to find a way for you to watch it. It's kind of like, oh, wait, we missed one very important one for us. Do any of you in your rotation have the Star Wars Holiday Special? It's on YouTube. You can watch it anytime for free.
God, no. No,
I have a VHS copy. I have a VHS copy.
Do you have a VHS copy? That's
yes.
Everyone should watch it at least once, but like take some kind of substance, whether that be alcohol or whatever, before you watch it.
Why? Mark Hamill's still high from the shit he was on when he filmed it. Like, why?
Life Day.
Have you watched it recently? Like, his eyes are like this the whole time.
There's my mom just said It's a Wonderful Life is a great Christmas movie. Mom, no, it's not. It's not even a Christmas movie. It doesn't even happen at Christmas. It's freaking weird. So you did like, look, there she goes. You did like Ness, or you were sad when the mom died.
Maybe you and Mike can get together this weekend and watch it together.
Oh my God.
We're getting together tomorrow.
I don't understand
watching it.
I think you should watch it.
That was the thing, because it's like my mom was like, oh yeah, you know, Bambi and this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what I don't watch anymore? Movies where moms fucking die.
Right?
We were literally just talking about this before we went live, because I was talking to my youngest about how, like, in the 80s and 90s, like, movie productions did their best to try to break children. They gave us movies like Neverending Story, where the horse dies, Land Before Time, where the mom dies, Nestor, all this. They're horrible. Why did they do this to us? Well, and then all our parents were like, you love these movies. No, we didn't.
Well, and then you think about it, as we were getting out of the claymation and the cartoon eras, and we were
Bambi
our teenage years, right? We literally saw Batman get his back broken, the death of Superman, Jean Grey died, like, I mean,
100 times.
Yep. But I mean, like, it's crazy because, like, you think about that stuff and you're like, damn, like, we watched Power Rangers die. We watched, like, all sorts of crazy shit. And then people wonder why we're so desensitized. It's like, dude,
they broke us.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the term fridging for killing people's girlfriends on screen or in comic books happened.
We watched Duke die on G.I. Joe, a kid's cartoon.
And what about Optimus in 86 in the movie?
Oh, dude, that's still hard to watch now. Like, that stuff freaking breaks me, man. Like,
and then after all of that trauma, we still stood there for half hours at a time to actually try and see the naughty channels and Scrambled. And they wouldn't let us, they wouldn't even give us a peek.
Speak for yourself. Drasten's mom's in the chat. He didn't do that. He was a good boy.
My mom's not.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, my parents recorded every movie. It's like, they're like, oh yeah, these are our movies. You know, back in the VHS where they had like 4 movies on one VHS tape, so you had to fast forward through.
Because we recorded off the TV, man. Yeah. We recorded everything. Yeah.
What's Bachelor Party? Boom.
My wife watched Porky's, like.
Oh my God. So I saw a copy of VHS Porky's written on it, right? And I thought it was Porky Pig. Like, and I popped it. And it was like right during the shower scene. And I was like, oh no. Little 5-year-old me trying to hit the eject button. Because I was
Porky's bar was a freaking pig.
I was definitely hitting the eject button.
No, yeah, right. Just like you weren't watching the Scramblies either, you know, right. On my little 13-inch TV that was in the corner of the room.
Scramblies for hours. Yeah.
We've really gone down a rabbit hole on this one. So Jay Hova, help bring us back on.
Let's get back on track. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
So first, thank you, Drasten, for my beer of the night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whatever.
I now have like 6 empties to bring back to you.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. That just gives us a reason to get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And give you more mystery beers.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that this one wasn't labeled, because I was like, I think this is your s'mores beer, and you're like, not if it's in that, it's not. And I'm like, okay. But we're going to be talking about some of our favorite gifts that we got as children during Christmas season. I don't know about you guys, but for me, growing up, birthdays, Easter, and Christmas were the only time that I got new toys fresh out the box. Everything else was like secondhand, hand-me-downs. When I was a little kid, one of my friends down the street threw away his Terradrome because it broke off one little tab. and I like literally just carried it home out of his trash can. And so like that's how I got my
Nice.
Pover Terradrome.
Hey man.
Wow. that big old Terradrome, that's how you got that?
Yeah, literally
Wow.
he threw it away and he was going to force his parents to buy him a new one because one of the tabs broke. And so like literally I went home and I had my dad help me fix it up with a little piece of melted plastic, and boom, it was like brand new for me.
Did he like dude. Did he hold a pinky up in the air when he was drinking New Coke or something? Right. Like it was
Crystal Pepsi, baby.
Yeah, it's Crystal Pepsi, even better. Yeah.
Because my God, like we're kids, like things broke. Like we shot our He-Man with BB guns.
I mean, some of my first action figure customizing was taking the little screw out of the back of G.I. Joes and then swapping their legs and arms around and stuff.
Yeah. I used to execute mine by like sticking darts through, like separating them in the middle. They got that rubber band, like sticking a dart through there, like they were impaled on the dartboard. Like
that's why he doesn't open his toys anymore, guys. Right there,
makes a lot of
they're
sense.
going to come alive again.
Try forgetting the 4-inch G.I. Joe in your little bedroom light and turning it on and it melting. Like, what is that burning smell?
Dude, you just reminded me of, you remember when they first came out with the wacky wall walkers that you threw in the wall and they would glow in the dark, and I put one on my light bulb to charge it up so it would glow in the dark, and it just melted all over the light bulb
everywhere.
You always had G.I. Joes hanging from the ceiling.
Well, they were spying down at the other Cobra was spying down. So the house that I was in at that time had like the glass ball that had the bulb inside it, like on the top.
Yeah, man,
so
it's hot.
I put him up there, and I'd forget that he was up there.
And my mom, I had Joes hanging from the ceiling too. Yeah, like it was a thing.
That's what happens when you watch Nestor, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The trauma. You got to get the trauma.
We weren't traumatized by death because our parents made us watch it in these like animation stuff.
Yeah.
Lady and the Tramp. Dogs getting hit by cars.
What the heck?
I refuse to watch a movie now if the dog dies in it, man. I'm just like, I don't care how good a movie you say it is. That dog dies. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
We watched all this thing, and the movie that everyone wanted to block as a kid was Black Cauldron. Like, that was way safer than everything else we were watching. Still love that movie. One of my favorite Disney animations. So,
all right. So, getting back on topic since we got off on the tangent again.
That was tough.
Easy to do. Yeah,
it's real easy to do when you put the four of us together.
This happens in real life. Like
real quick, I want to go over. I got a small haul for myself. I shipped my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot. Drasten, any new collectibles or anything that you want to share with our fans out there?
I do. I have one that I can't reach. That you got me the HK-47 pop figure. It's funny because like, and Mike knows this because we've talked about this several times. And I'm like, I'm not really into pop, but like some of them I have. I now have an extensive collection of pop just because like one will come out and they're really good. But this one, it's a bit more on the sadder side of story. But like, I think it's good to just kind of prop it up. A friend of mine, his son passed away, and his son had an extensive pop vinyl collection. And with that, did I not put that other one? Hold on. I'll be right back. It's right here around here. I specifically grabbed this one.
Now you can grab the HK-47 too.
I can because it's right here. Just everybody has my crotch. Oh God.
No, you're blending in with the Fae.
Oh yeah, because we're in the Fae. So yeah, Jay Hova got me this HK-47 Legends. Oh come on.
Put it in front of your face.
The whole reason why I picked that up for you was because we had that long talk about how Hasbro kept screwing you out of getting an HK-47.
I won't buy any more Black Series until we get a 6-inch HK-47 Black Series. So, and I've held true to that for several years. But anyway, his son unfortunately passed away. Just a bad situation. And his son had all these pop figures. And he messaged me and he's like, "Hey, he's got these Star Wars pop figures. I don't mind selling them, but like I'd prefer them go to like somebody who enjoys it." And I said, "I'll give him a good home." So, and these are new to me. Some of these are older, but this is like a Lights and Sound Darth Vader one. I really want to open it up, but I'm not going to because it continues. I got this limited edition spring convention Yoda. So that's pretty cool. And this
Very
one is
cool.
super stoked. And I think Tone is going to really like this. And in fact, you may have it. But the Force Ghosts of Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin.
I don't have that, but I'm familiar
It's an
with
Amazon exclusive, and they glow in the dark.
Which Anakin?
Young Anakin or old?
Young Anakin.
Just wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, and there. And the other one, this one's unique because it's not Star Wars, but he talked to me about it, and I'm like, yes, in that one too. One of my favorite people, Danny Trejo.
Oh, nice.
Like, who doesn't love Danny Trejo?
It's awesome.
Yeah, so that's my loot box.
Okay. How about you, Mike? Any good pickups recently, even with the holidays coming up?
So yeah, I did pick up the like I said, I picked up the Gameverse Captain America Venom 2-pack.
You can send me that Venom if you want.
I got the Gameverse Juggernaut finally came in the mail.
Oh, have you opened it yet?
Not yet.
Oh man,
I was waiting until
fig.
after today.
It's a great fig.
No, you shouldn't open it.
I wasn't gonna get this one, but because I didn't like the costume in the game, in the Spider-Man game, but seeing it on the figure itself, the Hellfire.
Oh yeah,
nice. Cool.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more. It looks a lot better in an actual figure form, and it reminds me of like the Spider-Man 2099. Honestly,
it reminds me of that
cool.
Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon that came out after the animated series.
Yeah, that didn't last very long.
They never do.
But I didn't get the Superior Spider-Man that I wanted in the mail just yet, but I did get the Scarlet Spider.
Oh, nice! Is that a Moth-X?
It's bootleg, so it's messed with. It's the Scarlet Neighbor, not the Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, where'd you get it, Ali?
Temu?
No. This one I actually got eBay.
How much you get it for? Can you talk about that?
$34.
Yeah, see, that's why it's a great deal.
So,
awesome.
Okay, and that's where I got the Superior Spider-Man 2.
Cool.
It just this one came from California. That one's coming from China, Japan or China or something. But either way, this one came from China too.
Cool.
But I just love the flexibility on these things, man. The posability is on them are amazing compared to Hasbro. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Fanboytone let me fondle some of his knockoff Mafexes.
I think my next one I'm going to get is the Black Symbiote Spider-Man because I've heard some good things about that one.
My favorite Spider-Man costume. My favorite. Absolute. Back in Black's one of my favorite storylines with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are this week's.
How about you, Fanboytone?
Well, I, Savage Claus came through again for me, as he always does. So, with Savage Crucible consistently adding stuff up to the website from Wave 1, so I got me finally got a Savage slate, the blue, which is pretty sweet. So got that little blue tint to them. I love these because you can use them as, I keep calling them canvases because they're
Are you going to paint him?
And they're easy to paint. Yep, of course I am. And then of course just a regular Shadow Savage here, or Shadow Slate, which I've got. This will be like my 6th probably at this point. I don't freaking know.
How do you paint them with them still in the box?
Grow up. And then I got my 2nd ball and chain, Frazetta ball and chain. Man, the fact that Savage Crucible not only is working with Frazetta but also does them such justice, man, good gravy. So
I know.
I'll be able to use him for
Death
parts.
Dealer got delayed out until probably the beginning of next year before.
Did that get announced this week? I must have.
No. It's still supposed to ship to them Q4, but I mean, we've got 3 weeks left. We're not going to see it in our hands until 2026. No. But that's okay. We'll have our first figure of the year for 2026. Right off the bat.
Right. And Elric, I'm sure will probably be Q1 as well too. My guess is because it's just getting too close against the wall here. I'm hoping honestly, what I want more than any of this stuff is the dungeon playset. Things.
The stands.
I'm excited to paint them up and get them ready for stands because I need them. So But yeah, that's what I picked up. I got a Como over here as well. I don't know if I can. I did unbox him already because I've been wanting him for a while. So I got me a pretty sick Como.
Heck yeah.
He's chilling. Great figure. So I only buy Savage Crucible now, pretty much. That's about it. Some Hasbro here.
That is not true. I saw all the Marvel Legends boxes.
I will get some Marvel Legends specific characters that I either love or you don't see a whole lot of, but even that's pretty minimal.
I did just pick up the Rachel Summers, but that's only because I'm trying to do like the entire Summers line.
That's fair. Yeah. I debated her as well too. Honestly, like some of those obscure characters and some of those, in the Marvel Legends, like it's hard not to want that. So
right.
Usually it's mostly Spider-Man satellite.
Though. I did, yeah. So I just got a notification that the Spider Venom from the new retro wave is Big Bad Toy Stores going to be coming out. So I'm hoping the rest of that wave gets there pretty quick. I don't have them up here. I have them downstairs, but I did just pick up the Secret Wars Iceman to add to my Spidey friends.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So I don't want to take us off topic, and I do want to get to my haul before we get into the main discussion tonight. But the Deadpool Wolverine new figures that got announced, have you guys all seen them?
I have. I'm not a big. I don't.
What?
No.
What?
I don't like. I don't like the movie line. Is what it comes down to.
You don't like the movie lines, period.
No, I don't have any of the movie. Well, I take that back. The only movie lines I have are the Toby and Andrew.
I love the Deadpool Wolverine movie line personally. Like I'm having a hard time not picking up a couple.
It just doesn't. They don't. To me, it's the way they look. They look cheap, in my opinion, compared to. I was talking to Jay Hova about the Maximum Wave for Deadpool. I really wanted to get him, but I'm like. He's just the exact same figure as the last Deadpool that just came out, other than like color variants.
Dupe. I'll tell you what I literally thought about buying the whole wave and then just randomly sending one figure, picking one to send to each member of 7D just as a gag gift. Because can you imagine just Quentin getting this box for me and he opens it up and it's freaking Cassandra Nova with no explanation as to why you got a Cassandra Nova. Just thought of you, and then he opens it. That's
right.
Well, it's so take that figure in particularly. Mm-hmm. They've got the dude's face with her fingers through it, but there's no body.
Yes. But there is a hole to fit the suited body onto it. There is a neck hole in the head.
I know. I'm like, okay.
So weird.
I get it. I like I said, there's a lot of people that love the movie line. I'm not a huge fan of the movie lines.
It's the Wesley Snipes Blade and the Laura Kinney for me. I have to have those two figures.
Yeah.
So as far as my hauls go, pretty light. So Ollie's right now has just been overrun by the female Marine figure for the 60th anniversary of G.I. Joe. And I love adding more ladies into my modern military display, but her gear is subpar at best. So I went on and got this female armor and weapons pack from Action Force.
Nice.
From Valiverse, and I am so happy. The vest fits on nicely, the belt, and you can plug the magazines into her vest. The holsters all work. The NVG or night vision goggles and the there we go. The microphone all attaches like it should. It's great. Then I picked up more weapons. There's a Gatling gun in there, and they just released a backpack that you can feed the belt into.
Dang.
Then Fanboytone got a shot at this one. This is Monster Force, Operation Monster Force from Big Bad Toy Store. And it's just these modern military vampire guys. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I got all four of the werewolves.
That line's getting real popular. Nice.
I only have the brown one. I need the black one and the white one. I need them.
And I have one on pre-order, so.
Do you? Which one do you have on pre-order?
For the Monster Force?
Yeah.
You asked that question and answered. They had that answer.
That's right. Yeah. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the werewolf. I was like, which one of the werewolves?
Yeah, I'm still contemplating getting the Mr. Hyde because I think that's just a really good looking figure. But
yeah. And then last but not least, I too also have a new Savage Crucible figure. Shout out to my buddy Dave in Columbus. He posted a really good lot in the buy sell trade group, and he just needed to sell everything at once. He didn't want to piecemeal it out, so I got that thing for a song, and I'm going to be able to hook up a few other collectors because there was only like 5 items that I wanted for myself, so I'm going to send the other 4 on to good homes.
Cool. Yeah. Me included.
Yeah, absolutely. You already paid for yours. You were like, oh, done.
Yep. Hype. Very hype.
It's like if you can get that 2-pack of War Machine and Omega Red, I don't need the War Machine. I just want the Omega Red. So if you know somebody that wants that, War Machine,
Proton power.
Just give me the X or the
Omega Red. Yeah, you see that Omega Red action. So, Drasten, did you have a certain order that you set up people's pictures in or anything?
Nope. You call it out, and I will start the slideshow.
All right. So, I want to start with Mike, seeing as how he doesn't do this with us all the time, and he was gracious enough to join us tonight. So, Mike, why don't you walk us through your favorite Christmas gift that you got as a child?
He got a toupee.
I got a toupee.
These
Look
are
at that luscious head of hair.
Each person, these are actual real pictures from childhood time. So,
oh God.
Oh no! Why did you guys do this to yourselves?
Well, it's whatever. I did a lot of the Ninja Turtle stuff. I did a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff. Two of the toys that I loved the best was I ended up getting a Cowboys Remington bolt action cap gun.
You didn't shoot your eye out, did you?
Oh well, it was cap, not a BB gun. But this thing was completely metal. Like they don't make them like that no more.
Right.
But man, I went around the neighborhoods with that. I don't know. It was just my favorite thing. Yeah. It's like I don't even think I was using it for the caps anymore. It was just like it made a sound no matter what you did, as long as you wrenched it and so I got that, and then the one that was the biggest one was the G.I. Joe space station or spaceship.
Oh man, the Defiance, is that what it was? Or
I believe that's what it was called. Yeah, the Defiance.
It was like the Defiant or the Defiance or something like that.
So it was the spaceship. Yeah, and it had the smaller like ship that was on top of it. Yeah, those were my big ones. I don't remember a lot of stuff I got back then because it was just like, we were poor. My dad didn't make a lot of money back then in the Air Force. So it was like a lot of the stuff I got were like books and things like that. So it's like when I actually got it, which is funny because it's like the picture here with me with the Ninja Turtle van. I don't know if that face was more of a shock because I was like, I started selling off some of my turtles. So when I got that gift, my dad's all like, hey, go get some of your Ninja Turtles to put in the van. And I was coming back with like everything but the turtles. He's like, no, the turtles. And we found out that, I'd been selling stuff behind his back for like,
oh my God,
like candy and sodas and stuff. So my allowance after that went to going and getting more Ninja Turtles.
That's awful. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh,
that's great.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, it's your thing. Go ahead.
So, like, I think we're our age group is in this really weird place where like we're the first generation where like our toys were actually on the screens with us, and they were in our comic book stores, they were in our bookstores, they were on our TVs every Saturday night, every afternoon after school. Do you think that like now, in if you were born, 30 years later and you were growing up in this digital age, that you would still have the love for the toys that you do?
Um, I would say yes, only because, like, I started drawing after I started reading comic books.
Okay.
So it was like to be able to see these figures, like with Hasbro making the Marvel Legends line and G.I. Joe Classified, to be able to, I mean, to see them like in my hand and be able to display them and do all that stuff with them. Certain things, yes. Now, 30 years later, if I got, if it was like just the game consoles and stuff like that, I don't know if I'd be as big into it.
Right.
But I still think seeing the characters I liked in comic books on my desk is something that I would still lean towards.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm a huge Funko guy. I've got over 700 Funkos. I mean, it's ridiculous, but sometimes it just you see something, there's not another action figure of it, and you see it in a Funko form. It's like, I'm going to get it if I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
wild. So over 700. Where do you guys have a separate house for that?
Not been to my house. The whole basement is.
It's the whole basement.
Dedicated floor just to
Mike. Well, so I have what I have in the office, and then I have everything else in the basement.
Right. Well, and that's like you pared down your collection a few years ago, right? Like
I did after. So with the first divorce, I was like, okay, what do I need to get rid of? I can't take everything with me, and yeah, I ended up getting rid of a lot of stuff, and of course, it
hurt my soul, and they weren't even mine.
I had them all on the dining room table, and I'm just like, and I even to the point where the guy came to buy them from me, and I'm like, do I want to get rid of this one?
You fought him, yeah.
I was like, fight. Can I put? So like the big thing was he was like, well, you're missing all the Spider-Man out of all these collections, and I'm like, yeah, you're not getting those. Yeah. I'm like, if it's Spider-Man related, I'm keeping it. Yeah. So yeah, he's like, well, you're missing out. You're missing all the collections because it's the Spider-Man in each one of these sets are gone. I'm like, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
Right.
But yeah, I did. I sitting on the table and looking at it. I'm just like, up until he came there, I was like, can I keep this one? Should I keep this one? Yeah.
That's funny.
So Drasten, you had a question for Mike about his.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I didn't know if this is something you had planned. Is like, was there a special holiday memory you remember or a tradition that you do for the holidays that just kind of stands out?
No.
that was Mike right there.
I don't like Christmas. Don't like Christmas. So, which is crazy because it's like the ex-wife was huge into Christmas. The new wife is huge into Christmas. Me,
you pick them.
I do. Mm-hmm. I would have this house decorated at Halloween for all year round if I could. So
that's great.
Your Halloween was impressive this year. It was great to drive by your house to see that.
And your wife definitely pushes her luck with the Christmas decoration. She pushes to have them up way earlier than they should be. So
right, yeah. I tell her not until at least after the Thanksgiving. I'm like, I will pull everything out the weekend after Thanksgiving. Until then,
if you want to hang something, hang some fucking little turkeys or something. I don't know. I don't know. Plates of food.
That's why I don't like going to the stores either. It's like Halloween. It's not even Halloween yet, and you're going in there and they're taking Halloween stuff down and putting Christmas
trees at Costco.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I have a theory on why that's gotten to be the way it is too. So, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's corporate greed, right? Like they know that they make money on Christmas, so push it as early as you can.
I think it comes to the fact that people are, they're counting their pennies a little bit tighter. The economy's not great, and they still want everybody to be spending that money, and they want it to look like that's what's going on. So yeah, it all comes back to that. So it's ridiculous. It's not about the season. I worked in retail for 14 years. I can tell you that people are not about the joyful cheeriness that they want you to think it is. It's
Right.
a consumerism. It's all it is. It's ridiculous.
That's probably why I hate the holiday so much, is because like it just feels like it's all about who gets the best gift or who buys the best gift or who does this, when it should be about spending time with the people you care about.
Right. Well, that's why it's fun to talk about this time. And I hate to be that person that sounds like they're on the porch doing the, my day, blah, blah, blah. But I do feel like back in that time frame, like, like I think a lot of us here, there was a lot of times where Christmases weren't that great. And, it was still good because your family did the best you can. But like, when you got some of these gifts, you were extra excited and special because that was not something that you got a lot of throughout the year. Like, Jay said, like, certain times of the year you got new stuff and that was exciting. And that was the only time you got new stuff like that. It was like that for me. I didn't get no toys throughout the year except for a couple different holidays, right?
Between with the 4-inch G.I. Joe series, it's like I had a ton of the figures, but I didn't have any of the vehicles. So unless it was like my birthday, Easter, or Christmas, I'm like, and then at that point you're like, oh my God, I got, now I can actually, I'm like, not that I wasn't playing with my toys to begin with, but now I got the vehicles to go with it.
Well,
I think
that's what hooked
me. Yeah, the vehicles.
It was like a download of the bigger stuff. So like through the year, I might get like a G.I. Joe here and there through the year, but like unless it was a birthday or Christmas, that's when the big stuff came.
Yeah.
And I like that's why it was more exciting, because it was like, oh my God, I've got all these figures, but now they've got the vehicle to run over the rest of them. So
yeah, that's what you would say. Yeah, you would say that. Yeah.
Well, so Tone and I got in that discussion this past weekend. So like Michigan still does the aluminum cans and for money, right? Yeah. And so I remember being a kid and I went door to door with my red wagon asking people to take their soda cans. And so like that was my allowance, and then like paper route and stuff like that. And so like, and with that, I could only afford a couple of G.I. Joes here or there, or, what have you for the smaller figures. So yeah, I mean, like you said, Mike, it was like Christmas, Easter, and birthday. It was like, okay, Dad would like pull out the Sears catalog and he was like, okay, what do you want the most? You know what I mean? And the one that I'm going to talk about when it comes around to my turn, like I pointed that and I was like, that this is all I want. I said, I don't care if I get anything else. This is what I want for Christmas. Like,
right. Because I was like you. I mean, I spent 7 years in Michigan. Like I was in Illinois before I went to Michigan because military brat. But it was like Michigan is when I started getting like the turning in the cans for coin. And it's like, that's where I got my candy money. That's where I got,
well, it's where you got some of your candy money. We found out.
Right. Hey, man, I was all about it.
He was worth at least 3 candy bars. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's out there with a little trench coat, like the gremlin in the trench coat.
You want Leonardo?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Want a katana?
Like,
this Michelangelo still has one unbroken nunchuck. He's good.
Right.
He's good.
I did get an allowance because it's like I mowed the lawn and stuff like that. So it's like every week I'd get like $6 or $7, and but that's the thing. It's like I go to the comic book store and it's like, do I spend $5? But again, age $5 on a Ninja Turtle, or do I spend $2 and get my comics? That was the thing. That was always the struggle. So it was like, but I think I enjoyed it.
I think you all hit on a really big thing too, which is that Sears catalog coming in. Like we don't even think about that nowadays because we just go to the internet and start looking stuff up, and there's Amazon that has all these things. But like back in the day, that was our Amazon. Like we didn't know toys existed outside of the Sears catalog. Like,
right?
Do you remember?
You got a Toys R Us, you got Sears, and then you got. I think that was
about it. Yeah.
And like Sears used to get those exclusive G.I. Joe pieces. So like the Stun came out in like 1987, but then the Dreadnought colored Stun came out in 1988 and it was exclusive to Sears and it was crazy. Like what a crazy time to be a kid.
Well, and I don't know if Netflix still has it, but it had that series of toys from the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, the toys that made us.
Yeah, the toys that made us.
Series, like,
just watching that stuff and just how much problems that they had back then trying to get distribution out and what stores was going to have what and we didn't know anything like that. It was. I remember I wanted. I have a sister that's 4 years younger than me. We don't talk about that, but they wanted to get me a Grumpy Bear. Even back then, this was Mike.
Weird.
So there you go. It's there.
Grumpy Care Bear.
Grumpy Care Bear. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I ended up getting a bedtime bear. Because it's the same. No, it's not the same, but whatever.
Only Mike can get grumpy about not getting Grumpy Bear.
There you go.
Right. That's great.
But yeah, it's like these things just went, and it's like the store either had it or they didn't have it, and now kids don't even get like KB Toys or Toys R Us. It's like,
oh, it was hell taking me into KB Toys. If my mom's still in here, she can tell you. If we went into KB Toys, I expected we were leaving with something.
Like a discount. You guys remember the discount?
Right.
Like
they didn't even care if I didn't care if it was like one of those like little slap rubber things that like sticky hands, but like I was leaving with something.
So Tone, how about you?
So it's ironic. So there's gonna be some photos that are roll through here of an ugly kid with glasses. But
hold on.
I'll hold on.
Why would Drasten show his pictures while you're talking?
Right. There's that's when I've got the sewer set. That was one of the best Christmas gifts. Actually, the photos of here that are coming through are some of my favorites as well too. That's the version of Optimus right? That had the little he's the super Optimus or whatever.
Oh, with the little one that plugs into the chest.
Yes. I love that Optimus. That's I think that's the Riptor from Castle Grayskull. I think that might be the box for the old Riptor.
I see that Care Bear too, just so you know.
Oh yeah, we had Care Bears. And look at that. Look at that. Do you recognize that, Mike?
There it is.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my
Was it the Defiant? Was I right?
Yeah, I think so. That was one of my all-time favorite gifts. Yeah, so these ones that have rolled through here have ironically been some of my favorites. But surprisingly, I don't have a picture of it. My favorite gift is not on here. My favorite Christmas gift that I ever got was definitely Castle Grayskull. I will never forget
that's
when
cool.
I got my first Castle Grayskull. And, I look back on it now when it comes to the toys back then that I had some of the most of. In my adult life, I still debate and sometimes will still pick up Motu stuff and Transformers. Not really much Turtle stuff anymore. Not really much. I had a lot of G.I. Joe. I was a big Destro guy and Serpentor guy. So I had all of Destro's core, the Grenadiers, his tanks and all that stuff. I had a lot of fucking vehicles. I loved the vehicles. But the Castle Grayskull was probably always going to be my favorite. And I had a Snake Mountain too, eventually. But it just, I don't know, something about having Castle Grayskull, because I loved He-Man so much, was just like and I think my grandma got that for me, my grandma and grandpa, if I remember correctly, potentially. And then just, having that to play with all the figures, that was it. I mean, that defined that spaceship, because I've always been a big fan of like spaceships and stuff. That was a pretty big deal to have that too.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, the Turtles sewer playset. So
it's like you go to your friend's house and it's like they had the USS Flag aircraft carrier, and you're like,
I never got to see one as a kid.
I never got to see one of those.
Oh no, well, I saw them. They never had it.
Yeah, no terror. Never saw a Terrordrome. Nothing. Didn't get to see the big stuff like that. I had some vehicles. I had some pretty cool vehicles for G.I. Joe, but it was the Destro, his whole core or whatever it was called. I had a lot of those. I love Destro. Yeah.
I do want to put out a PSA, everybody. Because of the age of the people in this chat, you're going to see a lot of browns and wood paneling. It's just
carpet. Right? In the background. Oh, there's the fake stone wall right there behind Tone.
That's my favorite Tone face, by the way, because he makes that face when he has a good beer as well.
Yeah, he sure does. They're really good food for the first time, like a new food item. He gets that face too.
Oh yeah.
Look at that couch. I think that's in Chris's basement. Right now.
Probably.
The green couch will never die.
Not if you keep living.
Tone, Castle Grayskull wasn't a Christmas gift for me. So I was born in '83, so like my Castle Grayskull was, of course, like a yard sale find, right? Mm-hmm. And it didn't have the little gargoyle or the string anymore for the thing. It didn't have the little gun, but still, like one of my top 10 play sets of all time. It was great, but Snake Mountain for me beats it. Like I loved Snake Mountain as a kid. I got that used too, and like Castle Grayskull, you were supposed to open it like an L shape, right? Mm-hmm. There was something about the fact that Snake Mountain opened up to be a solid wall. And like on the outside, it was, they were climbing and they were walking across the drawbridge. But when you turn it around, it was these 4 distinct rooms that, this is where Skeletor and Evil Lyn would make Skeleton.
Make little babies.
Yeah, absolutely. And where like Beastman and Triclops would hang out down here.
Make little babies.
Oh my God.
I had a lot of the He-Man stuff, like the figures. I had a lot of that. I don't know why I had so many of them, but I remember I had a bunch. They were cool. Well, and they were, well, I think it was just they were so unique. Like every character was just really,
dude, they had Skunk Man and Moss Man. They like went into the fact of like smells, which was like
right.
Even nowadays, they don't do stuff like that. So,
even with Moss Man having the
fuzz, he was fuzzy. Yeah,
the flocking on it. And I'll go down the toy aisles now and I'll look at it and it's like they're just not the same. Even though they're so updated, and I still fight myself every time to get a Skeletor because some of these Skeletors look really
yeah.
So cool.
That Mondo Skeletor right now keeps calling me and it won't stop.
Yeah, but it's like I'm like. There was just something about the little stocky.
What was that? I'm sorry. Excuse me. What was that?
Going all Donkey Kong here.
So
Selling turtles.
Were you guys still collecting Motu during the greatest 80s film of all time? Masters of the Universe, the movie?
No, I had sold all mine by then.
So one of the memories
had mine.
One of the memories you just triggered for me, Drasten, was like you talked about the smell, right? And like that's one of the things that I love about action figures and why I still collect is it's visual, it's touch, and like when it hits that other sense, that smell sense, like that's incredible. And like I remember Sarad from Masters of the Universe because you could smell when you press the spark. You could smell the sparks coming off of him, the little flint and steel inside of him.
Yeah, that was asbestos. It was great.
You could hear it. Yeah, probably. I mean, but like you push that little button and you could hear it and you could smell it and you could see it and you could feel the textures of him. And so like I think that Sarad figure actually is like one of the things that kept me into toys well into my teenage years and into my adulthood is literally just how much of an experience he was.
You talk about Snake Mountain and I remember being blown away by that because it had the microphone and I would sit there for hours and just move the mouth and annoy the shit out of my family because I wouldn't stop with it.
I will say I think the most disappointing parts of my childhood was when my Ram Man, the spring broke in it. The legs didn't do anything anymore. It's like you got to push him in there and he didn't jump anymore.
Yeah.
But like in retrospect of thinking about those, like how brilliant for the people who created those toys to like hit all the 5 senses, like sight. Like I remember, and I still remember to these days, like the gear man, you'd twist him and the gears in his chest would like move.
Roboto is cool.
And then you had Moss Man that smelled like Pine Sol, like he'd been swimming in Pine Sol. And then of course he was like Mike mentioned, like he had felt on him or something. He was like, you could touch him. And then Skunk Man, who smelled like a skunk, like they really went out of the way to make something unique that we've lost. Like we don't have that now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's true.
Sensory toys.
So Drasten, you're up. brother.
Oh, crap.
Talk to us about your wonderful childhood with your mother watching, no less.
I know my mom's in here, and she's going to contradict a lot of stuff here, so I'm just going to put that out there. Obviously, like you'll see in some of these pictures that a lot of the same themes, like G.I. Joe was huge. Like I had
that was the
many
entire 80s.
It was. There's me with my brother and sister. That was Frankenstein's Castle, by the way. For some reason, I remember that. But you're gonna see a lot of wood paneling. I think some of my bigger gifts, like Super Nintendo and Game Boy, were probably those key gifts for me. Like I've always been someone who, and you guys know this, like I always lean toward the digital side, the electronic side. I always like, there's my He-Man sword. And look, you can see in that picture, there's Snake Mountain, there's Castle Grayskull. My mom sold all those while I was away at church camp. She's going to deny that here in the comments here, but she did. She's going to say I said it was okay. That's not true. She doesn't remember that. She's old. It's okay. Can't wait for that comment to come in. You'll see a lot of racetracks in here. What's weird is, and I was telling Tone this, is like, I don't remember playing with those. And I think it was because they were so freaking noisy that everyone was like, stop playing with that, because we had a very small home, you know, very moderate. I mean, my dad worked a lot and all that stuff. And he was always, you know, he was sleeping a lot because he worked like 16-hour days. There it is. There's Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
But I remember my brother hitting me with the tracks from the racetracks. Like he would whip me with them and it hurt horribly. I love that Voltron, by the way. Like,
yeah, I had that Voltron.
That was the one that like came apart and each one was its own separate tiger. Yeah. And like I was on drugs there. So I'm not sure why an Easter picture was in there, but you told me it was okay. Yeah, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did while I was away at church camp. But Pound Puppy, you know, it is one too, puppy, man. Like we had a lot of that. Like typically, I feel like my parents would get me like one stuffed animal thing for Christmas. Yeah. Like I had, is in one of Tone's pictures. I told him, I said, "Is that a heart-to-heart bear?" And I think everyone had like a heart. There, I'm wearing my mom's sweater. But like I had that one. I had a Care Bear as well. I can't remember. I think it was Sunshine Bear. My dad had Grumpy Bear. I think I had Sunshine Bear.
Mike, he took my Grumpy Bear.
Yep, that's the reason why your kids couldn't find a Grumpy Bear.
My mom denies that that's her sweater, but you can tell it's her sweater and her boots. But
the 80s were such a crazy time.
Dude, they were so crazy. God. Floor monitor, like these pictures brought back. You can see the constructs there. I love constructs. Marson brought this up in our chat the other day. I'm holding this M60 gun. He's like, "Do you know that sells for $500 now?" And I remember playing with that a lot. So I had Bedtime Bear. Yeah, there we go.
That's because it was like the only one left.
Yeah.
That's why I got mine, was because they
didn't make a Chris
Bear. Blue.
Yeah, Chris Bear didn't exist back then.
I had Caroline. Since everybody else has shared, I had the
You had the cousins.
Yes, I had the cousin. Yeah.
I had cousins. I had the bunny. And Wuzzle. Anybody remember Wuzzles?
Oh yeah. I think actually Drasten has a picture of himself with a Wuzzle in here, doesn't he?
I never had a Wuzzle. I don't think. I don't think.
No, it's not Wuzzle. Okay.
No, they're outlawed in Wabash.
Yeah, most likely.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, Mr. Lathis. Look at that. Hot. Coming in hot with the Teddy Ruxpin.
My sister had one.
Yeah, I never had one.
I recorded swear words on it.
Well, yeah. Of course you did. That's probably why we didn't have one, because there was enough trouble going on. But most of Chris. Now, see, one thing about like my mom in here, she's going to deny this. She swore that I always opened my presents and saw what they were and rewrapped them. And if you've seen my wrapping skills today, you would know that that's not true, because I couldn't. But my mom would wrap like a calendar, not in a box, just as the calendar, and she'd hand it to me. She's like, "What do you think this is?" And I'm like, "It's a calendar." You're always looking in my room and seeing what everything was. And
that's funny.
But most of Christmas, typically, like early childhood, was G.I. Joe, He-Man, those kind of things. But when electronics came in, all that figure stuff went away. So when you made the comment yesterday, like if we were growing up now, I don't think I'd have been into figures at all, because I've always been like, Game Boy revolutionized everything for me. You're like, can I play games away from a power outlet? Like, that was amazing, to the point like I went all in on my Game Boy. I had the magnifier with the lights, because so you
had to. You had to. Yeah. And that Mario game on there had no right being as good as that Mario game was.
Yeah. That's where I first started playing Tetris, because that's the game that came with it. And like, I was
Bobby Fischer.
Addicted to Tetris, and I'm still really good at Tetris. But like, there's a picture, right? Like, I was actually excited about that. Like, Game Boy was amazing.
I was gonna say, I don't think I got. I had a. I had an Atari.
Never had a Game Boy.
You never had a Game Boy?
No,
I never got one either. My first when I got my first Nintendo, I think I was probably 7.
I tricked my mom into getting one for us because my dad liked it so much. This would be a great Father's Day gift if you get a Nintendo. That became mine in like 6 months.
So this is actually another distinct memory for me. I got my Nintendo brand new in the box the year that Super Nintendo came out, because Toys R Us.
Okay. I believe I was in the same situation there.
Deep clearance, like and then the same thing. My Super Nintendo, when the 64 came out, here's your Super Nintendo. And so when I joined the Army at 18, almost 19 years old, all of a sudden I had adult money while still a child's brain. And I went out and I bought myself an N64, and I bought myself a PlayStation 2, and I bought myself the PSP with the little discs that you can games or the movies on. And I remember just playing like the original GTA like crazy on the PSP.
Yeah,
my God.
Yeah.
Well, like,
you're not alone on that either.
As a family, we had an Atari, and everyone played Atari. Like, my dad was really good at like Pitfall. That was his game. Like, he kicked our butt all the time on Pitfall. When the Nintendo came out, while like it was kind of like a family gift, we all kind of played it. I remember spending a summer indoors and getting yelled at for being indoors so much because I was playing the original Legend of Zelda.
Then you ran away home.
And then, if you watch the Let's Set the Tone, that might have got to that point. But and there's Piranha-Con, by the way, Transformers, big thing for me. Transformers and G.I. Joe. But the Super Nintendo was like exclusively mine. It was in my room. I had a little 13-inch TV, and it was up on this corner cabinet, and you had to stand to play it because there was the screen was so small. Like, you had to stand to watch it.
Awful.
And I remember playing, like, Super Nintendo was one of my favorite consoles ever made. Like, hands down.
Donkey Kong Country. I mean, I went through
Super Metroid, Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back.
Simpsons arcade game on Super Nintendo. Oh my God, I love that Marge with the vacuum cleaner. Oh, dude.
There was a Predator game that was on there. Carnage, Paint the Town Red. Like, there were so many like really solid games. And my dad did a great job. Like, he wired the Super Nintendo up where it was sitting on my Ninja Turtle box, because we all had the Ninja Turtle box. And it was sitting there like next to my bed, and then the TV was on the other side of the room, and he hid the wires and all that, and it got over there, and like we just put the game in. And then me and my brother-in-law Rob, because like there's such an age difference between me and my sister. I mean, my sister was married, and like her husband would come over, and we would sit there and play Super Nintendo in my room with the door closed, and it was like a sauna in there because there was no ventilation.
Wow.
So it was just like farts and bad breath in there for like, hours.
So nothing's changed.
So nothing's changed. Yeah. Like,
So just a quick funny story about that. It's like, do you remember Munchie Cheese? Any of you? They were monkeys. They had their own TV show. It was like you had Smurfs, you had Snorkels, you had Munchie Cheese. Anyway,
no,
we went into a lunchbox while we were up in Cleveland, and they had munchie cheese in there, and I was like, "Hey, Parker might like these because they are. She doesn't like these Labubu bullshit, whatever the fuck they are. She's like, nope, I don't want that. She's literally pointed them out and been like, not that.
Oh, munchie cheese.
Yeah, I never like. You always like shove the banana in their mouth because they always had like a banana.
Or it was banana. It looked like they were sucking their thumbs, but it was.
I heard these were coming around.
Yeah, you could stick their thumbs in their mouth.
Right.
Yes.
So I tell her, like, Parker may like these. I thought about it, and she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Well, that was big when I was a kid." And she's like, "Do I have to continuously remind you of our age difference?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I wasn't even born when you were a kid." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh my god, dude! Way to unlock one there, Mike. That's crazy.
Hey, she's very good at being like, "You're old," but that's whatever.
Yeah.
No, I
get it.
I will say in our family and even my family here now, we're like Christmas memories. We're really big about traditions here, and we were very big about traditions when I was a kid too. So like baking cookies, decorating the tree, those were big things. Like my parents always sat us down before we unwrapped any presents, and we like read the Christmas story from the Bible every year. My grandma used to make like a birthday cake for Jesus every year. Like, so there was always a lot of traditions. So we grew up with a lot of traditions, and we're making a lot of them now in my family with what we do here. So those are some of my Christmas memories then. So
yeah, mine would be being yelled at for putting the ornaments in the wrong spots.
We didn't have that. Like
doing it right.
I'll give props to my mom that like she didn't really seem to care unless she fixed them after we went to bed. And you can tell us, Mom, but she
probably did.
Yeah, she probably did.
But now she won't hurt your feelings.
Yeah, but like I feel like she just was like put stuff on the tree, and then after it was all on there, she just handed us like boxes of the like icicles, and we just put them everywhere. It was just a solid aluminum draping thing of icicles by the time it was done.
Yeah. So, my job now is to take everything out of the storage and put everything back in storage.
I'm not allowed to touch the tree.
I'm like
that. Like,
no, I don't do. I don't put the ornaments on the tree anymore. I don't. Nothing.
My wife puts the ornaments to the millimeter in the exact right position they're supposed to be in. So I'm not allowed to touch it.
You know, that's actually one of the things that I appreciate about your wife is how efficient she is at everything.
She's very efficient about decorating and things.
Well, I guess that just leaves me. So
that does leave you.
So my biggest present overall, and unfortunately I don't have any pictures of my own childhood, but mine, to reflect fanboy tones, was the Starship Eternia. This thing came out for New Adventures of He-Man right after the movie, and it was this ginormous spaceship, but it also then turned into this huge multi-level playset, and it had like the front of the ship detached and became its own fighter jet. You had 2 different levels with like antenna and guns, and it had a working elevator that the 2 what do you call those things? Fuselages. They turned into the elevator, and the top turned into a base, and it had all these lights and sounds, and it still fit the classic He-Man figures for the most part, other than in the elevator. They couldn't go up and down the elevator, but like they could fit in the fighter spot. They could fit in one of the like machine gunner posts, and God, that toy just like, I literally saw it, and at that time, like Star Wars figures had been sold out. You know what I mean? Like they were gone, and there was nothing really spacey. And so for He-Man, which was one of my favorite properties, to go to space, and I could actually get that new He-Man and Skeletor and this Starship Eternia, it was huge. And then just to kind of lead in beyond this though, because that was my favorite toy. My favorite memory from Christmas though was we were all talking about G.I. Joe. I used to go out and like help shovel, and my reward for that was I could build these big snow mountains and little ramps and stuff, and take my my GI Joes out into the snow and drive them around, right? Well, my dad worked like draconian hours, owning his own business. Like he'd be gone 14, 15 hours a day. And I remember he came home one time and it was already starting to get dark because it was winter. It was close to Christmas. And I'm out there with my HISS tank and my chrome plated armored Cobra Commander. And I'm driving the thing around and he's like, get inside. It's too late. Get inside. And I'm like, well, Dad, I gotta, and he's like, no ifs, ands, or buts, get inside. And I said, okay, well, I had to leave my toys outside. And in the morning, he used to back up into our grass and then whip around to pull out of the driveway so that he could head out. And he crushed my HISS tank and my armored Cobra Commander. And like half of my Cobras were just gone. Right. And so like, as soon as I woke up, I went outside and they were just all dead with these giant tire tracks on them. And so like I picked them all up and we had to tell Dad when we broke our toys, like if they were no longer good, we had to throw them away. Wow. We had to tell them. And so he came home and he saw the toys and he saw me like crying and he instantly knew. And he was like, I drove over those, didn't I? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and you tried to tell me last night that you wanted to clean them up before you went inside. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, buddy. He's like, let's go. And he took me to KB's and he just like let me pick out like all these extra Christmas presents. But we had to make a deal where I just got them and they went straight to my room as soon as we got home. So none of the siblings got to see it. You know what I mean? And it was one of those cool things about my dad, like, that made him such a role model for me was like, he was a very stubborn man, but when he realized that his stubbornness pushed in on his children, he was very quick to reconcile that. And so like, I remember we got there to KB's and I don't know if you guys remember the GI Joe ammo belts that you opened up. You could hook it on your real belt and you could put 3 GI Joes and their accessories in the slots. I already owned one of those, but that was one of the toys I picked out. And my dad was like, why do you want another one of those? And I was like, well, you tell me I can only take what fits in this when we go out on road trips. So now if I've got 2, I can take twice as many. And then on, instead of having to have 2 Joes and a Cobra or, 2 Cobras and a Joe, man, I had 3 of each. And so Destro and Cobra Commander rode around everywhere with me. And they fought against Snake Eyes and Spirit.
Yeah. That's dope. That's man. Did you get a HISS back or was that
hard? Oh no, like the HISS was like 2 years out at that point. But I got the Overlord and the Devastator. He was like, so Overlord, like he had a monocle and like a gold helmet. He was very like a cross between Cobra Commander and Serpentor.
Vaguely remember that.
But then the big one was the Maggot tank with the little brown worm tank driver, and it broke into the 3 pieces. So you had the front tank, and then you had the back section that it towed, and you took it off, and it had the big gun. You know what I'm talking about? You guys remember that? The Cobra
I'm looking
Maggot?
It up right now because I'm trying to.
I'm looking at the Overlord right now. Yeah, that I remember this guy.
Oh yeah, the Cobra Maggot. Okay.
Yeah. And so those were the 2 big things that I got to pick out, and then I got to pick out like 5 new Joes, and I got the pouch, the second pouch, and like, I mean, my dad was so cool about that shit. It wasn't even funny because, like I said, he ripped my ass that I had stayed out too late and it was dark and I needed to get inside. And when I tried to explain things and he cut me off. And then, like I said, he told me years later that he heard the crunch and how the crunch had changed between the snow and the plastic, but he wasn't really paying attention because he hadn't gotten all the way through his thermos of coffee yet. So,
right. Yeah. He was in a whole other area.
But I mean, God, dude, like, I may not have grown up with a lot of money, but I grew up with parents with good morals, you know what I mean? And that treated me the best they could. And I think that's why this topic was so near and dear to me and why I wanted to share it with you guys is because, like, some of us grew up a little bit more fortunate than others. And I'm not just talking about the 4 of us. I'm talking about, especially in the 80s, there was a lot of like wealth disparity. But like, what a time to be a kid, because even if you were a poor kid, like unless you were a super poor kid, like our parents treated us pretty good. I mean, other than letting us watch some questionable movies, like
right.
Well, you know, back then R-rated was much different than what R-rated is now.
Well, even like PG-13, 1980s PG-13 is R-rated now.
Yes. RoboCop would be X-rated if it got released today.
Yeah.
The original RoboCop. Like,
I remember. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I remember like I said, being poor and all that kind of stuff, because it was like, yes, I had the He-Man, I had the G.I. Joe, I had, I had these things, the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. But it was like, I remember a lot of the stuff that I was getting, especially back then. It was stuff like, I don't know if any of you remember, like the Army Ants or Muscle Men. Like they were just the little things that were like, you could buy a bunch of them and they were dirt cheap at that time. And it's like, I was just happy with stuff like that.
I was saying, and I feel like from what I've heard from everybody, like it's all the same, but I knew my dad worked like 16-hour days and he worked like second, third shift. So like I didn't see him a lot growing up, but I realized that like he did a lot of that. Like my parents did all they could, whatever sacrifice they took, so that we always had a great Christmas. Like that was always like a focal point for
I think that was
them.
the whole piece of it is that that they would, because when if you look at the Sears, I mean, I know, like, trust me, I know, because of inflation's everything much different, but like we go back and look at Sears ads from 87 and 88, it's insane what things cost back then and how cheap they really were. Back then that might have been a lot for a $20 like figure, or $20 not figure, but like for like a vehicle, right? Today, like, we're lucky if we can get away with a cool vehicle of something for like $80 or $100. You know what I mean?
I mean, right. like what does a Savage Crucible figure cost compared to like?
Well, that's the best part about Savage Crucibles is you can get them for anywhere from $20, $40, or $50. Right. They come with lots of accessories, great articulation, and look awesome great as well too. So compared to a lot of things out there, you get a lot of value.
Yeah. What are you doing commercials for them now, Fanboy? Come on now.
Well, I just went
hey, for sure.
I just went to the Xenia Toy Show with my dad for the second year in a row, and I was looking, and they actually had in the box the USS Flag for like $1,500, and I'm like, my dad's like,
you debated
it. My God, no. And I'm like, back when we were kids, that thing might have been like $200, which was expensive back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just like, I couldn't imagine paying $1,500 for it now.
Even some of these Hasbro HasLabs, I mean, they're out of control.
The only one, I bought the Sentinel, and that was it. I haven't done I've not done another HasLab since then. I'm like, I've even got a picture of it, because I'm like, it came out when I had Parker, and I'm like, this thing is bigger than my baby.
That was one of the better ones too.
So just to give you guys an idea, the original Cobra Hiss tank was released in 1983, and it had a retail price of $5.99, and that came with a driver. You cannot tell me that things have gone up so much that the modern Hiss had to be $300, especially when they're re-releasing it for less.
The HasLab was more than that, wasn't it? Was that a $500 or was it
$300? But that's the thing, is they're re-releasing it now for like $180.
To be fair, too, though, that was also 112 size, wasn't it?
Yeah, versus 118. Yes.
To be fair on that sense, but yeah, I mean,
$6, dude, in 1983.
Yeah. Good God. Yeah, because like a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters were like $4.99 or $3.99.
$4.99, yeah.
Yeah, like what? Ah, Jesus. Okay, let's get out of that talk right away.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna start crying. I'm looking at me.
I'm complaining about my Marvel Legends were like $20, and now we're $40, and they haven't changed anything.
Well, the great thing about a Savage Crucible, Mike, is that they come with all sorts of extra pieces, and you can. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know. I just had Jay Hova sell all my goblins.
And I think that's why, like, every time I went to the store with my dad, like, I ran to the G.I. Joe aisle at the store, and because they were like $1, you know,
Yeah,
they were
$1.99 is what I used to pay for
Right.
G.I. Joes. $1.99.
So to my
Even if
dad,
you
it
look
was
at-
like,
Yeah.
you've been good. You get a G.I. Joe today, and like that was crazy.
Even if you look at Hot Wheels, man, Hot Wheels were like 70 cents, and now you go in there and you can't find them for under $3.
Yeah,
I had quite a collection of those too growing up.
When
actually.
I first saw the G.I. Joe classifieds, my jaw just hit the floor. I'm like, oh my God, they're 6 inches and they look exactly like the 4 inches that I had as a kid. And I love these. And I'm going to buy this, and this. And then this distribution was just so horrible. I'm like, all right, I'm getting rid of them.
Yeah, the distribution was awful at first, and how they were gatekeep through like different stores like Walmart and Targets and stuff. Hate it.
Yeah, these exclusives have got to stop because it is ridiculous.
It's out of control. It's out of control.
Oh, it's a Walmart
that's the great
exclusive.
thing
But you
about
go to
that
15
exclusive.
Walmarts and not have
They
it.
only do con exclusives.
Yeah,
And
con
they're
exclusives.
real exclusive.
Yeah.
God damn
Oh,
I'm missing out on my Snake Plissken and my Pork Chop Express Funkos because they were New York Comic Cons only, and they're like $300 now.
Did you know that Todd
Screw you,
McFarlane-
Funko.
Did you know that Todd McFarlane did a Snake Plissken figure back in the early 2000s?
I'm sure he did.
Was a movie Maniac, wasn't it?
It was the movie Maniac. Now, it was pretty much a statue, but you could either put the 2 pistols in his hands or put those down and put like the rifle and the grenade in his hand. Like it was so cool. Like I saw that thing the other day at a vintage toy show, and I was like, I'm gonna pick that up from Mike one of these days. I'm gonna find him in better shape. I'm gonna pick it up from Mike, surprise him with it.
It's just crazy. It's like I love these movies, and
Ugh,
Yep.
man. Yeah, like I said, what a crazy time we grew up in, because like none of the pictures that you guys saw, like none of the stuff that we got as kids didn't have something behind it other than like the Muscle Men and the Green Army Men. Like everything else had some sort of media that just pumped into us. And then we got the PSA era, which, you know, turned us all into like, even though we were cynical, we're still like conscious human beings of inflicting pain on others.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Well, unless you were, Chris playing with G.I. Joe and stabbing them.
right.
Listen, when you have a full, like I was doing, like I didn't realize it, but I was doing storytelling back then. Like I had G.I. Joes that were like, they went to trial. There was a jury, like they were convicted of treason and they were executed for treason. And in fact, to the point, like I had them hanging, I hung them, I stabbed them with the darts. Crocmaster, this is hilarious. Crocmaster, which was one of my more favorite ones, which is weird because my wife loves crocodiles, so like whatever. But like he was set to be executed for treason by explosives. So we strapped him to a pack of Black Cat firecrackers, a whole pack, and we lit it.
all right, Sid.
And he survived. He stayed in one piece, but like his head joint, like when you'd lift him up, his head would like fall down. So like he was pardoned
dead.
because he was pardoned in my world because he survived the execution process. So he must not have been guilty.
world building
Oh
before
my
the rest of
goodness.
us were.
Right. Oh my God.
I want to remind America and everybody around the world that they actually let him have children.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So-
the Gear He-Man guy, he was executed. He was shot with a BB gun. Like we just lit him up. It was firing line.
Oh, Roboto again. Yeah, you're talking
Yeah.
Roboto. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that reminds me of one of the things I was going to say. So, in the Starship Eternia, do you guys remember Rio Blast, the cowboy from Motu with all the guns that popped out of him?
Oh yeah.
He was the pilot for the Starship Eternia. Like,
Dang, they must have been really leaning to that Silverhawks love too.
oh my God.
I see him, but I don't remember him. But man, is he channeling some 1970s porn stash going on here? Like
Savage
Oh, there's
Stills.
Stell, yep. Stell,
What up,
you
what up?
we just did like 4 different Savage Crucible commercials.
yeah, there's commercials in this episode for sure.
There goes Fanboy again.
Hey, Stel, what was your favorite Christmas gift toy that you got as a kid? We'll wait.
Okay,
We'll wait.
I guess you're gonna take over my week now. Like you're gonna tell
I
me
mean that's what he does, but it's fine.
Estelle, you can answer, but I'm gonna keep moving on, and we'll read it out loud when you get it up there. But I mean, it's just so funny to me that we had all of these like joint experiences because none of us grew up with each other, but like we're all talking about like the feeling of seeing the Terradrome when someone else owned it, or seeing that somebody threw it out and we carried it home.
That's
because,
wild.
Like, yeah, I mean,
I feel bad because it's like, I sit there and I'm like, I couldn't afford to get like real Transformers, so my parents would be like, well, here's some GoBots, and I'm like, those
You would have gotten the GoBots.
Stepchildren.
You would have gotten the GoBots. Yeah, yeah.
But they transform, so they're Transformers, right?
Yep.
No, Mom.
Fucking leader one over there. Leader one.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? You know what we need to do sometime, like in a future Dungeon Banter? We need to go through the knockoffs that we had as kids, because the knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were so bad. Did anybody else have the Ninja Frogs? Not the Battletoads.
Not
Ninja
Battletoads, but
well, because there was frogs in the mythos, like Genghis Frog and all that stuff.
Right.
No, these were 4 frogs that got released at the dollar store. They all had swords.
Adult genetically altered frogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty bad when it's like your parents take you to the toy store and they're like, "Well, we can't afford this, but you can get this," and it's like, "Nope." As a kid,
That's funny.
Do you know who had some of the worst toys when we were growing up? The superhero toys were awful in the 80s and the early 90s, right up until the Batman movies. Like they were pretty awful compared to the rest of the stuff we had.
I didn't get superhero toys honestly until Batman '89, because they just lambasted the market. I had the Batwing. God, I loved that toy so much.
With the little trigger.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yes. God, I love that line, because they were different. Then they started doing the bat suits and stuff that weren't even in the movie, but didn't matter. I just wanted Batman toys,
Well, awesome. I think Batman, I think Michael Keaton's Batman, when that came out, started a whole new thing, because it's like you had Burger King doing like the imprinted glasses with, the meals, and it just blew up.
McDonald's did the Hero Burger, which was a long bun patty with 3 patties of meat on it for Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, fast food places in general did really well with like market. I mean, I remember the Dick Tracy line of toys when that movie came out.
Were awesome.
When Star Wars came back out, the re-releases, like Taco Bell had a whole set of toys that went out. Like, holy crap, did they used to do it right? And now it's garbage. So
cheap plastic junk.
Oh, Stel, that's a good one. Yeah, the Blackbird from the animated series that broke into like the command center and the little jet, and then the firing anti-aircraft gun. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, he had the 90s X-Wing too. That's cool. Yeah, so there you go. So see, Stel had something as well. He had some fun stuff. Well, these days you can get yourself a Savage Crucible figure with all sorts of.
Drasten, mute him.
Wait, here we go.
All right,
we pulled a tone.
I will tell you what, Fanboy, if you can make it through your next, because you are doing our next one.
Yes.
If you can make it through an entire episode without saying the words Harbinger Studios or Savage Crucible, since I introduced you to the line and you're stealing my shtick, if you go through the whole next episode, you and I will do a special one-on-one, just the two of us, where all we do is talk Savage Crucible for the whole night.
I mean, easy that we do that anyways.
We'll record it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I do think when Wave 3 drops and some of the new stuff, we should definitely plan for either a DB or a Watt to be able to do that. But we'll do that anyways.
I'm thinking that you, like, I drive up to you and we unbox together. Like, I think that would be fun.
Sign me up.
You think he
That's
can hold
weird,
on
'cause you're
that
not-
long?
It's
Yeah,
weird 'cause you're
right,
not supposed
right.
to unbox them anyway. So,
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
all right,
I'm sorry.
get
Some
outta
of us
here.
like to have fun, Drasten. By the
Yeah.
way, everybody, new 7D merch coming next year. Drasten hates fun t-shirts. Drasten hates fun.
Right, right. Meanwhile, I got pieces of stuff over here and painted stuff and
But guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for engaging with this topic. I know it's a little bit different than what we've done before. Before we say goodnight, Fanboytone, what are we talking about next month?
So next month we are going to dive into the different subgenres of fantasy. Now, there's a lot. There's between 20 and 50 if you get really granular. We're going to focus on probably 20 or less, but really hyper focus probably on a small handful so we can actually get through a conversation on that, especially the big ones that we all mostly appreciate, like the high fantasy, some of the sci-fi things as well too. So that'll be the plan for the next Dungeon Banter, is kind of diving into that. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. And what I plan on doing is kind of getting some stuff and bullet points for each, so you guys have kind of a cheat sheet to reference, and then we can all kind of like talk about maybe certain like mythos that we feel like fits these certain kind of like fantasy breakdowns as well.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. There's a lot out there.
Well, what have we got going on? Are we streaming anything on Monday? We doing anything Monday?
So we have one episode left this year, episode 227, I think, something like that. Or I don't even know. 127. Yeah, there we go. Feels like that. So as we continue the adventures of the Feywild, unfortunately, you had an internet connection issue Monday. You missed out on some great hijinks and bishop dancing. So you'll have to go back and watch that. I hope I played your character accurately. So
I was so thankful that you said, Jeff, you need to watch the whole episode, because I was so afraid that I was going to have to do the bonus action and that'd be the way I catch up. And I'm like, oh no, because I've been looking forward to the Feywild this whole time.
Yeah, it was rough, man. We're like, what do we do? Like, all of us are sitting there like, this is Justinian's thing. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I love Spectrum. They decide that we're done and we're done. Like, it was so crazy. It didn't come up until like 1 a.m.
Everybody's been having problems with it, man. Everybody's been having problems with Spectrum.
But yeah, we'll be back for that last episode this Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue in the last episode of this year for the Shadow Spark Chronicles. And we're going to take a break on the 29th, spend time with family in the holidays, and then we'll be back in January.
And then maybe Tuesday, if possible. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Keep an eye out. That we might try to figure out to do let's set the tone, roundtable discussion about Welcome to Derry. And
good.
I know.
Oh, God.
I know. Drasten and I have been chomping at the bit.
Do you already have everybody signed up for that one that you're doing?
What's that?
Do you already have everybody signed up to do that one?
I know there's at least 2 here. Have you been watching it?
I have.
Okay, well then,
yeah. I have the finale left to watch. That's it.
Oh my God, that finale!
So then, yeah, I'll probably have a full roster for that then, actually, because I think Dude's gonna be caught up, and I know Rohit's also chomping at the bit, so we might have a full panel of 6 of us for that. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just let me know.
Sounds good. Perfect. It's a great show. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah. And once again, guys, thanks again so much for joining me. Dude, Mike, you are a blast to have on here. And
I enjoy it.
Anytime you hear a topic that you want to chime in on, like, by all means, let us know.
Yeah, holler. For sure.
All right. And from all of us here at 7D and our friends over at Banter and Babble, we'll see you in the dungeon.
We'll see you.
Have a good Christmas. Good holiday.